everyone, and welcome to the Theater of Football. I'm Mike Odom, and I'm joined by Patrick Heinrich. Hello, Patrick.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Mike. Happy to be here. Excited
Awesome.
to talk some football.
That's right, football. All right, Patrick, midweek, we didn't have any Premier League games for once. We had the FA Cup. United beat West Ham. We're very happy about that, but it took extra time to win that. Scott McTominay goal. I think we can agree that Scott McTominay was the man of the match, and we can just move on.
Yeah, I would prefer to move on if we can't score a goal in 90 minutes against West Ham and it takes us to extra time to get one goal to win it, then that's enough said. Move it along.
We got in the draw. We got in the hat for the quarterfinals, and we got Leicester away, which I think was the draw of the quarterfinals. What do you kind of expect from that match?
I actually, I agree. I think it should be really interesting. Being, right next to each other in the table, it's probably a pretty good matchup. And probably, I mean, of all the draws we could have had, it's certainly not the worst one it could have been. It's certainly not the best one it could have been, but I think it's well in the middle, and it's still a game that I give us a fair shake at winning at.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'd say it's 50-50, but I give us a 55-60% chance of getting through that draw. I don't want to say I didn't want to play City, but I wanted to. If we draw City, I want us to get through to the final before we see City.
Right.
I want to see us play City in a showcase piece, not a semifinal or earlier. So, in that sense, I was pleased with the draw. That would have been the one team I really didn't want to see. Not that I didn't necessarily not want to play them, but I felt like we're the two best teams left in the competition. So no disrespect to Chelsea. Actually, complete disrespect to Chelsea. Hopefully Sheffield United pull one over on them. I thought Barnsley should have done that, but despite the numerous chances Barnsley were given by Chelsea, they did not get the job done. So I would like to see us play City in the final. So I don't want to see us play City in the quarterfinal. So us playing Leicester.
The only thing that concerns me is Leicester knows how to score goals.
I don't know if like Vardy will be back by then.
Oh, true.
But even with or without Vardy, to me, Leicester were the second best team left in the draw. So for us to get them, in my opinion, Leicester were City were the best team besides us. Leicester were the second best team. Everton were the third best team. And Chelsea were the fourth best team. So for City to get Everton, okay, that's fine. For us to get Leicester, okay, that's fine. Those should be two pretty good games. And I would hope we can get through against Leicester, and hopefully it'll be a more entertaining match than what we saw against West Ham.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that we know is we're going to have to be able to we can't go the whole match, the whole 90 minutes without scoring a goal again. Like, we have to be able to score a goal, especially against Leicester, because they are going to score goals. So the only way we're going to be able to win that match is by scoring more goals. And I know that sounds stupid because that's the whole point of the game, is to score more goals. But it's not like we're going to sit through like a 0-0 draw into extra time and go 0-0 and then get to penalty kicks. I mean, it's like it's the person who wins in 90 minutes is going to have scored the most goals.
Yes, thank you.
My John Madden comment for the day.
But we played Leicester on Boxing Day, I believe, and we led twice and ended up drawing 2-2. So I mean, your point on the surface seems kind of dumb.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
but in reality, you're bringing it, you are making a good point that, you know, 4 goals were shared between the two teams, finishing the draw in the league. So yeah, we're gonna have to. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, so we're gonna have to get Cavani going or get Bruno get a penalty for Bruno. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but we're gonna have to get some goals. We're gonna have to outscore them. It's not gonna be one of those ones where you keep a clean sheet, keep a clean sheet. Okay, you feel good about winning that match.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you keep a clean sheet, you probably do feel good about winning that match. But we kept a clean sheet against West Ham for 90 minutes and then for 120 minutes. But
Yeah.
for 90 minutes, we kept a clean sheet and they kept a clean sheet too. So
Yeah.
against Leicester, if we keep a clean sheet, I don't know if we score against them. If we don't score against West Ham, I don't know if we score against Leicester.
So what you're saying is that we have to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But we'll have a few weeks to talk a little bit more about the FA Cup. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm just happy we're through to the quarterfinals, even if it wasn't pretty or watchable in any sense of the word. But looking ahead to the weekend, Patrick, we play West Brom, and just last week, 2 weeks ago, we lost to Sheffield United,
Yep.
who are bottom of the league. Now they've closed the gap on West Brom, but West Brom are 19th, next to the last in the league. We go to the Hawthorns. What do you expect from this match, Patrick?
Well, I expect a resounding victory. I'll tell you why. I don't think. I mean, I know West Brom is ahead of Sheffield in the table, but they just lost to Sheffield recently. So I'm expecting us to come ahead in this game. And should my expectations be dashed like they sometimes and usually are, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm expecting to come ahead with a victory in this game.
I mean, yeah, I think we should, as United fans, we should all expect a victory in this match.
That's the expectation.
there is no one on West Brom, to me, that I fear scoring a goal against us.
True.
Having said that, I would not be shocked if we don't keep a clean sheet here. Should we keep a clean sheet? Absolutely. And if we keep a clean sheet, should we score a goal? Absolutely. Should we score more than one goal? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's just we're just so unpredictable to me that I can't just say that we'll keep a clean sheet and we'll win 3-0 or 4-0,
Well, if you consider it along what I am trademarking as the Manchester United curve, we're currently had a pretty bad game, so we're kind of at the bottom of the curve. Now, we did squeak one out, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We just played poorly. So if we're now coming up on the apex of the Manchester United curve, that means we should be playing in better form before we plummet again to the bottom in the next game.
Using statistics and scientific analysis, that's a pretty good point. That probably bodes well for us then, right?
Yeah.
But you just don't know.
As long as Jeremy doesn't watch the game.
I don't think I talked to Jeremy after the West Ham match. I almost said West Brom, but we haven't played them yet, obviously. We're talking about that now. I talked to him after the West Ham match, and he didn't watch that one at all. So he did watch the Everton one where we threw it away. But I don't think he watched the West Ham at all. He stayed away and just watched the replay later. And we did not play well. So hopefully, maybe that curse is broken. Maybe Jeremy's free to watch the West Brom match. No strings attached.
Yeah, I just want to know what exactly was Jeremy doing when we were playing Southampton, and their rookie just went for the whole nut kick on McTominay. I want to know what exactly he was doing then, because we have to emulate that.
The nut kick. We see Jeremy was rushing to get home, and he missed the first few minutes of the match, and when he turned it on was right after the first goal.
Okay.
So he missed the whole nut kick and
attempted nut kick, I guess I should say.
Yeah, he didn't make he may have made contact. I can't speak for McTominay.
That's true.
But
that's the Manchester United curve for you.
That's part of the curve right there. The McTominay nut kick. But yeah, I can't speak for that. But I do know I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he told me that he did not see the West Ham match.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty ugly, even though he got through it. So he did watch the Everton match. I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
And that I told him to watch it. And that's blame me for the Everton match. You know,
okay.
We got this curse here. I said, you know what? If we drop points to Everton, if we play poorly, whatever, then and you watch it, then that's not on you. Let's get rid of the superstitions. And then, you know, we didn't play badly going forward, but defensively we're terrible.
Yeah.
Especially from set pieces. So yeah, I mean, blame me.
You hear that, everybody? Blame Mike.
That's right. Blame Mike. So yeah, going into West Brom, I'll tell Jeremy the same thing, and you can blame me again. I'll tell him, watch it. If we lose, it's not you. It's just the team being garbage.
I'm going to send the entire Theater of Football fan base to you. Blame you for it.
All right.
All four of them.
I said all dozen. You said all four. We'll call it all eight. Will come at me.
Split the difference.
Yeah. All eight will come at me like a I don't know, a swift bullet or something. But yeah, I'll tell them to watch it. Why not?
Okay.
But the good thing is the game's on Sunday morning, and Jeremy and I will be here Sunday afternoon to commiserate or to, I don't know, bask in the glory of whatever. I don't know. Even if we win, you know, it's just nice to get 3 points. There's not much glory in it.
Yeah.
It is West Brom.
Holding on to number 2.
Holding on to number 2. I mean, I've said for a while that Man City are, well, now I think they're champions elect, but before that I said they're favorites to win the title. So
yeah.
I never had any illusions that we were realistically gonna win the title. I don't know if you did. Did you, Patrick?
No.
Yeah. And people might criticize us for not having for having an inferiority complex or something. Yeah, hey, I mean,
2 is better than 3. It's an improvement.
That's right. I think, like, you know, we finished 3rd last year, so even I think if we get above our points total from last year, and even if we finish 4th on that points total, I think that's still an improvement, because since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, we had not finished in the top 4 for consecutive seasons. Right?
Yep.
So I think some level of consistency is an improvement. And again, people will be, you know, inferiority, whatever, what have you. I don't care. I just want to see growth and improvement. And speaking of growth and improvement, Patrick, I think everyone on this channel felt like Okay. Whether your opinion of Harry Maguire is good or not, we paid 80 million pounds for him. He's here to stay. He's been made club captain. Deal with it. So we need a partner for him. And when Eric Bailly plays, when he's not injured, those odd games where he's actually fit and can play, he makes a really good partner for Harry Maguire. So we're looking for, a fast-paced center back who can kind of cover for Harry Maguire's lack of pace and whatnot. One target who we were rumored with for, gosh, a year now, more than that maybe. And his name is Dayot Upamecano. And part of me is happy that this has happened because I think I'm butchering his name. So the fact he won't be joining Man United and I don't have to say his name pleases me a little bit. But he's a RB Leipzig defender, and he had a release clause that goes into effect this summer. Bayern Munich has met that release clause, and they have agreed personal terms, and he's going to Bayern Munich. Mm-hmm. So one of our main targets for the summer has already agreed to join Bayern Munich.
Yep.
What do you think of this, Patrick?
I think it's wasted opportunity. I mean, how much have we said for this channel the last year? Almost a year, coming up on a year. Have we said we need another strong central defender? And that was one of the things we wanted going into the transfer window last year, the summer transfer window, mm-hmm. and we didn't get it. And we were like, this is what we really need. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a huge missed opportunity. I mean, in looking back at it, all the griping we did about the transfer window, I think we made out better than we ever, complained about, more or less. I mean, Cavani certainly has put a bunch of goals and balls in the back of the net, so that's helpful. And Telles has made Luke Shaw the wonder kid, so I mean, I'll take that too. But I mean, we're basically talking about every episode. What we were looking for was a strong or a complementary, strong central defender for Maguire, and I think it's a huge miss that we didn't get him, and now he's gone. I mean, because he was going to be gone. I mean, everyone was looking at him.
Yeah.
And
I think we did a video back around Labor Day. Well, beginning of September, for any of you not in the United States, when the transfer window for the summer got extended to the end of the first week of October, I believe. And there was some article that said that we were going in for Upamecano, even though he had just signed a contract extension a couple months beforehand. And that contract extension put in a pretty low ball release clause in his contract that goes into effect in the summer of 2021, right? And I thought my first thought was this is a waste of time. But then I'm like, well, with how low that release clause is, every big club in Europe is going to go in for him.
Yeah.
And Bayern Munich, as soon as I saw that they were interested in him, I knew they were going to steal the march and get it done. And sure, what are we, a week and a half removed from the end of the January transfer window, and they've already sealed a summer transfer for this player.
Yep.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And some of the fans out there, he played when we beat them 5-0, and they're like, oh, he looks like garbage. What?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't watch a lot of the German matches, but I've seen him play probably 8-10 times before that match. And I liked what I saw. And against us, he didn't have that good of a match. He was pretty poor. But I'm not going to run the rule over a player based on one match. I'm not going to say, oh, he's garbage based on one match.
Yeah. What United player could possibly say that a defender is garbage based on one match when we have garbage basically in our defense?
Yeah, and he's like he's 20 or 21, maybe I think he's 21 now. He's super young.
Yeah.
He'll be in his prime in 5 years. So he has one bad match against us in the Champions League when we won 5-0. And in that match, we were about as clinical. We're probably more clinical than we've been in any match this season outside of the Southampton match.
Yeah.
We're probably even more clinical in that match than we were against Leeds when we won 6-2. So, I mean, I still rated him,
Yeah.
but then, fans are like, oh, we don't need him. We don't need him. We need to go elsewhere. It's like one match. It's like everyone holds Vidic as like some great center back. Well, when we played Liverpool and they had Fernando Torres was his kryptonite. He could not handle Fernando Torres.
That's right.
So, I mean, no center back is perfect.
Yep.
But, when you play like, your West Brom, like we're going to play this weekend, or Sheffield United, you want your center back to deal with any pressure that comes your way. And I think Upamecano could do that. And I think Bailly can do that too, but he's just always injured.
Yep.
He's injured right now. There's an outside chance he'll be back on Sunday, but even if he's fit, there's no way he's starting.
Right.
So, I mean, we need a center back, and we need a pacey center back to complement Maguire's lack of pace. This was really, really, really disappointing to me, Patrick.
Very.
Get off of work and I read the news on Twitter that he's agreed to Bayern Munich, and not good, Patrick.
Yeah.
There's other opportunities out there. I realize that, but this was the guy I wanted.
Yeah. Well, and I do have to say, I do want to make a slight retraction. I don't think Maguire is total garbage. I think he's been better, and to the point of not judging us a center back based on one game. I think he's been okay, but he's on the verge of becoming garbage.
Well, I don't think Maguire's garbage either, but I mean, to me, he was the main culprit at fault for that third goal against Everton.
Yes, for sure.
He loses his nerve.
Becoming garbage thing.
He loses his nerve, and he plays 5 Everton players 2 yards onside. He doesn't keep the line. If he kept the line with the rest of our players, 5 Everton players are offsides, including Calvert-Lewin, who scored the goal. Right. So, to me, he was mainly at fault. I know people criticized very disgustingly Tuanzebe for giving the foul away, and I had no fault with Tuanzebe for what he did. And people have also, Jeremy, have criticized De Gea in his role. And while I think De Gea should have been more brave in coming off his line instead of like ducking out of the way like he did. Even if he's brave, that doesn't mean he saves the goal. I mean, if Maguire holds his nerve and holds the line, then Calvert-Lewin's offside in the first place, and the rest doesn't matter. So, and people criticize Maguire, but he's not going away. We got to deal with that, and he's not so awful that if you give him a good, decent partner, and I don't think Lindelof's that bad either, but the two of them together don't work.
Yeah, they don't.
Like I think Lindelof's improved in terms of his defending of set pieces in particular, and defending of aerial balls in general. He's improved on that over the past 10, 12 months, or 12 months, to year, 12 months, 14 months since Christmas last year. I think it's been better. But they both lack pace. I think Lindelof's our best passer of the ball of our center backs, but whereas I think 5-6 years ago, everyone wanted that ball playing center back, I think now it's regressed back to, okay, we need a center back who can actually defend.
Mhm.
So,
And Lindelof's not afraid to take it into the box. Like, what game did he do that in again recently? Was it the Southampton or the Everton game where he just takes it right into the box?
I thought it was the Sheffield United match
Oh, it was the Sheffield United match.
that we lost. Was it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that because he didn't play. It was Twenza. I think it was Southampton. You're right.
It's like, I don't know, like in the first like 10 minutes or something, it's just like Lindelof's taking it to the box.
Yeah, you're right because it was after that red card and he had the ball and
Yeah.
no one was closing him down, so he
Yeah,
was
he
just
just-
kind of going forward. He's moving forward 8 yards. Then no one is closing back. Okay, I'm going to move it forward another 9 yards. Okay,
Yep.
down to another 6 yards, and he eventually made it to the box. And then he played a backwards pass. I don't know, but generally, if he's in position, he plays some pretty good passes back there.
Yeah, for sure. Going back to the solid points that you're making and not my
Yeah.
weird thing that I'm excited about.
When he's we don't necessarily want him dribbling for the ball.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Those are one of my two favorite things is when Lindelof takes it into the box and then when Fred just shoots it high and wide. I'm like, what are you doing?
But no, that you bring up another interesting point that I wasn't going to bring up, but now I will. With Pogba out for probably another 2 or 3 weeks with a muscle injury, McTominay coming on against West Ham. We started with Matic and Fred there, and with Pogba out, I'm not gonna be as upset with Ole for starting that midfield as I would be if Pogba was fit.
Yeah.
But playing West Ham and David Moyes, who lacks ambition in any means whatsoever, you shouldn't start two basically defensive midfield players. Now, we know Fred will get forward from time to time, but we don't really want him to because when he gets within 25 yards of goal, it's just a disaster.
For sure.
But McTominay scored the winner in that match.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that this is an important time for Van de Beek, that he should get a little bit more time with Pogba out.
Yeah.
I actually think this is time for McTominay and that McTominay should be starting because when Fred was playing with Matic, Fred was terrible. But as soon as they brought in McTominay, Fred was much better. Fred is clearly more comfortable playing with McTominay.
Right.
And McTominay offers far more going forward than Matic at Madic's stage in his career.
Right.
And maybe at any stage of Madic's career, he offers more going forward.
Right.
And McTominay has actually scored more goals this season than Fred, Matic, Pogba combined.
Yeah.
So I actually think this is an important time for McTominay. And I think with risk of injury or, fatigue, what have you, that Fred and McTominay with Pogba out need to be that holding two, if you will, with McTominay having the freedom to roam forward. What do you
think? Yeah, I completely agree with that. Yeah, Fred and Matic is such a silly combination. I mean, I guess maybe against West Ham it makes sense, but I don't think going forward it's a good combination.
No. I think against West Ham in a cup match, fine. When you just need to get through on the night. So if you do it in extra time, you don't want the extra 30 minutes on the legs of the players that are starting. But
right.
If you know that going into it, then fine. But against West Ham in the league, where you need 3 points in 90 minutes, I don't think it makes any sense. So I think you have West Brom this week, and then you have Real Sociedad on Thursday, who will be playing away in Turin, Italy. Work that one out. So again, away against Real Sociedad in the first leg of the Europa League, I could see starting Fred and Matic again, just because you don't want to concede necessarily,
especially in the first game.
Yeah, but Yeah, I mean, I look at McTominay this weekend and then next. I think this is a big opportunity for him to come in and really cement his place in the starting 11.
Yeah, I say for sure. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah. And Pogba's agent keeps mouthing off about him leaving in the summer. So at this point, I mean, I like Pogba, but I'm sick of reading what his agent has to say. So I just assume if we can get a decent amount of money for him, just send him on his way. And with McTominay, I think he's 24 now. So he's a
Mm,
couple. I consider players getting into their prime around 26, 27. So with him a couple years away from that, we sell Pogba and McTominay can come in, give us some goals, create some goals too, which he made a couple of really nice passes in the extra time against West Ham
yeah.
too.
Yep.
Um, I would say we should focus more on a young, more holding player to replace Modric.
Yeah.
And then allow Van de Beek at that time to kind of come in and be kind of like a more offensive minded, kind of like a Pogba.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Van de Beek, I don't have any worries about him working hard and giving his all. So
Yeah.
he's not the best tackler or reader of the game, but I think he could be the natural replacement for Pogba in that sense. But I would look at using the Pogba money for like a what's his name, Camavinga, who plays in France,
Mm,
who I really like. Is more of a defensive midfield player. So I would look at that and look at McTominay being that true box to box midfielder.
yeah, for sure.
Um, but Patrick, before we go, we do play West Brom on Sunday. We mentioned that.
Mhm.
What's your score prediction? I assume you pick a United win.
I am picking a United win.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3-1 United win.
3-1. You don't back us to keep a clean sheet, do you?
Nope. I don't. I don't trust
I
that any longer.
Gosh, I'm not gonna pick. It never goes well for me. I'm not gonna pick. I let you
You're
pick.
abstaining?
I'm abstaining. I'm not voting, which means I can't complain about the
Mike
result.
votes present.
If I don't vote, then I can't complain about the result, right?
That's true.
That's how it should be. I won't pick a result, but Jeremy and I will be here on Sunday, and you better rest assured that if things go badly, I'll complain
Good.
about it.
But you're only to blame. So you can't complain about it because you're to blame. So you should complain to yourself, really.
What about Jeremy? Blame Jeremy. Maybe he
Oh,
watched
yeah.
the game.
That's true. Well, it's because you told him to watch the game.
I will tell him to watch. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's all on me. It's all on me.
That's all.
You're right. You're
Mike's
right.
going to be so angry at himself.
You're right. My tongue's gonna be sticking out of my cheek. We're so angry.
Well,
All right. Well, I wanna
Sunday's
thank-
episode will be great. Make sure you're watching Sunday's episode.
Yes, watch Sunday night. If you're over in the UK, it'll probably be on after just around midnight. So sorry for the lateness. We are in America, but yeah, it'll be a good time. Win or lose or draw. Well, lose is like the same thing as drawing if you're playing West Brom, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, tune in then. And I want to thank Patrick for joining me today, as
Thank you.
always. The curtain is now closing on Theater of Football. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter at Theater of Football. And for Patrick, I'm Mike. Thank you and enjoy this weekend's games.
Cheers, everyone.
Oh, hello. Thank you for watching the Theater of Football. If you think Mike got it wrong yet again, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below.